Hey friends, hey, welcome back to another video. We are back with another one. And like I said, we're on our official countdown. So now it's 9 days away to my birthday. So needless to say, I'm excited. The word of this entire, process for me is exciting. But yeah. In today's video, I think is a reminder to myself, and I'm just excited to kind of explore and kind of flesh some of those things out. So let's get into it. So number 21, pour into the people that pour into me. And I feel like I wanted to remind myself of this because I think oftentimes, and I think it's human nature, we get caught up on the things that are not going right? We get caught up on the people that have tried us. We get caught up on the people that don't do for us because we do for them, or the people that we expected to be there in ways that they're not, right? Either because of their capacity or they're just not willing to do, right? And I feel like oftentimes we get hung up in that, right? We get hung up in those that don't. But I want to change my mindset. Instead of focusing on the people that don't, I want to pour into the people that do. Because, there's so many people around me that, that have my back, that when I need them are there. And I understand that some people is because of life and circumstances and stuff like that. And I can give grace to that, right? But I want to be intentional, right, about the people that do pour into me. I'm talking about when I need them. There's not a hesitation. When I say, hey, something's coming up, I need your assistance or your talent or your work or even your finances, right? That people are like, how can I support you? How can I, back what you're doing or whatever like that? So I want to switch my mindset around that and, pour into them. So, when they call upon me, even if it's a stretch for me, I want to do it for them because I know they would do it for me. Or, when they have repeatedly shown up for me, I want to make sure I do it in the same way. Even if it doesn't present in the same way that they've showed up for me, when I can and when I can stretch myself for them, I'ma do it, right? And I feel like this is like the emoji on the phone, like the hands up emoji, because I think that is something that a lot of us need to do. Stop getting a hang up on those that don't, and really start doing and praising and acknowledging those that do. Because I feel like sometimes even girl, I appreciate you. Boy, thank you for being there for me, and even just saying those things, goes so much. So many people appreciate just a word of acknowledgement, right? And, paying attention to those things. And even little things like, the idea of love languages, that even for my friends and the people around me, because me and my husband have done a lot of the love language work, and we consistently talk about it, how to show up for each other based on our love languages. Like, I'm physical touch, so he needs to, hold my hand. I'm words of affirmation, so he needs to compliment me and tell me that he's proud of me. His is quality time. So even if we are literally not saying a word to each other, if we're in each other's presence intentionally, that does so much for him. And I want to do those things for my friends as well, for those that do that for me. That if it is, words of affirmation, that I'm continually telling how proud I am and how, I will support them. If it is quality time, I'm like, let's go to lunch. Let's have some time together. And these are ways that I can love on them and the ways that they show up for me, right? And that's those are things that I just want to continue to think about, continue to process, and continue to being there for the people, that are there for me, that pour into me, that love on me, that I do the same thing for them. So number 21, pour into the people that pour into me. And I want to talk about this more concretely, right? So I think that we oftentimes talk in ideals about how things sound good, but I want to talk about concrete ways that not only that we can do it, but I can do it too. Because sometimes I know that I need to hear it out loud in order for it to click. And I think about the people that we expect in our lives to do the things, right? To be there, to show up, right? Our parents, our spouses, my husband, our siblings and things like that. And oftentimes, and I understand that's not everybody's testimony, but for those of us that it is, oftentimes we expect those people to, and when they do it, it's not a surprise. So we oftentimes don't think about acknowledging those people, right? Even saying a thank you, calling up, one of the things as I always say, like for my husband, is like I try to like just do like even little things, right? Things that I know that he'll appreciate. That like if I go to the store and I know that he loves chocolate, I'll pick up a candy bar and just be like, oh, I was just thinking of you and I want to, I wanted to give this to you. And even little things like that, and telling him that I appreciate him and that I'm so proud of him, and think does so much and goes so far, right? So even like, again, the people that we expect to, I want to be able to find ways for us to acknowledge them. Calling our parents and saying, you know what? Life may not have had everything I wanted, but thank you for giving me everything I needed, and like, me and my husband will be like, oh, let's take mom out to dinner just to, have her smile and let's just hang out with her and different things like that. Like, I want us, particularly for those of the people that we know are going to show up regardless, is that we take little moments to really, love on them. And then for people in our lives that do try, even if it's professionally or even if, because sometimes, truth be told, acquaintances that may not be close to us in the aspect of knowing personal things about us be showing up sometimes harder than the people that are the closest to us, right? So even those people, I just want to say thank you, and you know who you are. Those that have been there for me, people that have been watching this series that I didn't even expect to, right? I expected, of course, like, my family and my close friends to watch it, but like I was at an event the other day and a lady that I look up to in this community was like, I see you on your 30 for 30, girl, keep doing your thing. And I'm like, thank you, right? So I want to, be able to continue to, acknowledge people and just, love on them, even if it's just, little things that I can do. It doesn't always have to be a grand gesture. I don't have to always, drop hundreds of dollars to show someone I love them, even just little things. And I wanted to keep that in mind as I move through this journey, because I know there's going to be a lot of people helping me to build this next journey in my life in different ways. And I want to be intentional about ensuring that I acknowledge those things and say thank you. So to all of my mentors that have been there with me from the very beginning and really believe in me and really build me up, thank you. For all of my friends, my day ones, my boss, thank you. For all of my siblings who be checking in or just, keep me laughing and give me a good key, and all my siblings, my cousins, thank you. And to my husband, honey, you already know. Thank you. And to my mama, girl, you already know what it is, girl. I love you, girl. And, I just want to make sure that I walk into this thing not only with a spirit of gratitude, but also, being thankful and saying thank you to those people around me. So, yeah. Thank you for coming back to another video. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And see you in another video.